So over the past couple of days, the only topic of online discourse, at least in the political spectrum, that anyone seems to care about is Hasan getting banned off of Twitch because in his crusade against all things that have to do with insurance and Medicaid and all the corruption and the fraud that goes in that, he decided instead of focusing on that 24/7, which a lot of people should be focusing on that 24/7, he decides to ruin the conversation by mentioning that the best way to deal with that, or if somebody actually cared about dealing with that, would be to kill a senator. And even with the context, really doesn't help the fact that the main takeaway is, hey, if you want to deal with this, you would kill a senator. It's not something anyone should be doing online or promoting, especially when you're in a prominent position of popularity and virality such as Hasan is. Put a pin in all of that because we're going to come back to it later. This man got banned on Twitch for this, and people celebrated thinking that he no longer has access to speak to people online, which those people are a little bit slow because I told you it wasn't a ban. He was getting suspended. He would come back in 30 days and he would be right back to doing the same things that piss you off because you don't like Hasan. And I was wrong about the 30 days because a mere 24 hours after getting that suspension, he's right back on Twitch streaming and having a ball, good old time, laughing with his audience and spreading all the things that he would need to spread in terms of information out into the public. And people are mad about that. And I don't know why, because Twitch loves Hasan and they knew that they needed to do something to get the heat off of them. And they did. And they only did it for a couple of hours. Is the heat off of Twitch fully? No. Is something going to happen that makes Twitch look bad in the future? Yes. But let's not sit here and act like favoritism isn't at play here. But that's besides the point. Hasan decided while he was suspended to upload a video to his YouTube channel because remember, he has a YouTube channel, and if he was actually banned off of one platform, nothing's stopping him from streaming on another platform. No matter if it be YouTube, Kick, any of these other platforms, he has the leeway to do that and gain an audience from doing said such thing. And he makes this video, and I'm gonna be honest, if the video was just, I'm sorry, I worded this in a way that takes away from the conversation of discussing fraud in Medicaid, fraud in our insurance systems, my bad, I'll do better, I would have been like, you know what? Cool, that's a perfect way to go about this. But the reason this video is getting made is because he couldn't do that. He wanted to over-explain his points, acting as if the context of him talking about and promoting killing a senator was going to make the conversation die down in the best way possible. It has not. And he wanted to add a tasty little nugget about, for some reason, the sewer rat known on social media for being a sewer rat and how he has this large audience and how dare he not do the due diligence of letting people know the extra context.
Now, should the likes of Asmongold seek out further context? I think yes. I think when you have millions of people watching your videos, it would be nice to at least inform them of what the true context is. And now that this context exists, will Asmongold watch this video? Will he go back and say, hey, my bad? Maybe. I'll be honest. Perhaps he will do that. We shall see.
The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still, he repeats it, also known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
Oh, God. What are we doing? What is this, bro? Are you kidding me? So the context makes it worse. Holy shit. I don't even know what to say. Wow. Can you believe how much you used to vouch for this guy? I don't vouch for anyone. I look at what's true and what's not true. There's been a lot of criticism of Hasan that's inaccurate and unfair. This isn't one of those cases. I will be fair in every single situation completely. And it doesn't matter who it is or what that person treats me as. I can't defend this. I'll tell you that. Not even for a second. This is indefensible? It is. It's completely indefensible. Absolutely.
And Hasan, I know I am not someone who is of a great status towards you. I know I am not someone who you would watch on occasion when it comes to criticism, but I need you to understand something. The energy you have towards Asmongold in it pertaining to him having a large audience and he should choose his words carefully and disseminate the truth and make sure that the truth is out there, you should be doing the exact same fucking thing. Why? Because when you're wanting to have a conversation about the corrupt Medicaid and how people are pocketing millions of dollars, which they are, you would think you would focus on that more instead of creating some hyperbolic statement that you know, based on your own fucking repeated history of doing shit like this, you know that would take away from the real conversation and focus more on you saying and doing stupid shit. And let's not sit here and act like there aren't really slow people in the back of the class that would hear something and be inspired to do stupid shit. And that's not to say you're responsible for it, because if I were to pin that on you, I gotta pin that on everybody who says anything online. I don't think you are responsible for someone hearing you and then committing some atrocity over this. But you and I and everyone watching this is well aware, if somebody were to attempt to take this senator's life, they would come back to you and try to pin you as the reason for it. And you would have to answer a bunch of questions from the police, maybe even from a couple of lawyers, and you know this would be one big fucking headache that is not warranted of your time. But because you live in this world of everyone's against me, so I could be pompous and I could be arrogant and I could be an asshole, you think, oh, well, it's just everyone who's a loser trying to bring me down because I'm doing the Lord's work. No, you stupid motherfucker. Despite you being somebody who drastically says some shit that I disagree with, and with the context makes you look like a fucking lunatic, I don't want to see you dealing with the consequences of somebody else's actions. I would rather you disseminate information in some cool personality type of way and then go about your fucking day. I don't need to hear about you coming up with some really shitty idea on how people would solve Medicaid. I don't need to hear your fucking opinions about a woman's financial status and how that equates to her getting violated. I don't need to hear your disregard for insert group here. I just need the information, buddy. I just need you to educate individuals on things that are going on that they're not aware of, because let's be honest, a lot of people aren't aware about a lot of shit going on. They like to care or like to pretend to care about corruption going on, but it's when it's somebody that they favor, they turn a blind eye to it, and they need to be concerned about motherfuckers pocketing millions of dollars and fucking over the common man, but people not gonna fixate on that. Why? Because some dumbass fucking streamer decided to say, hey, if we really wanted to do with this, we'd kill a senator. That's net negative and not a net positive to the conversation. And you trying to play coy and passive aggressive about it doesn't make it go away. It puts more people on your ass and on your back, and might I add, distracts from the fucking conversation of people abusing their power towards shit and pocketing millions of dollars while they focus on your dumbass and your fixations. Oh, and by the way, there's also another nugget in this video where he's talking about some response he gave in regards to a gun that killed somebody in the historical past, and his excuse is, hey, the only reason I'm advocating for violence is because the person I'm responding to was advocating for violence.
Senator Tom Cotton said this: I encourage people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic. Take matters into your own hands to get them out of the way. It's time to put an end to this nonsense. This was, of course, a direct call to violence from a sitting senator, a direct call to violence against peaceful protesters engaging in an act of civil disobedience.
If something like this happened in Arkansas on a bridge there, let's just say I think there'd be a lot of very wet criminals that have been tossed overboard, not by law enforcement, but by the people whose road they're blocking.
So he then doubled down on it and said, we do things differently around these parts. I mean, he is. He's advocating for a direct call for violence. I jokingly quote retweeted that statement with the doohickey.
And I have the controversial hot take. Both of these motherfuckers are batshit insane. The motherfucker who's advocating running people over, and the motherfucker who's responding with a fucking makeshift gun that could kill somebody. You two individuals are people that I could not trust around genuine society, because I think at the drop of a dime, you might blow somebody's head off just because they didn't give you a Subway sandwich. You are tricky individuals, and it's concerning how you navigate life. You cap that video with some passive aggressive statement about how you're going to do better and you'll make sure that you choose your words carefully. No, you won't. you'll be back in the same position about 3 months from now. You're going to say some dumb shit and it's going to go viral and you're going to get like a little bit in trouble and you're going to face a little bit of a consequence and you're not going to learn nothing. And you're going to claim everybody who is talking about you and criticizing you rightfully are a bunch of haters and they don't know anything and they're dumbasses and they're right-wingers, incels and all this extra shit, because actually acknowledging that you fucked up somewhere based on your words that you're bringing out to your audience, nah, that's something you can't do. Blaming other people and their stupidity, that's a little bit easier. Let's be honest, that's a little bit more fun to do, and it doesn't really net you any negative in the long run. In the short run, you're going to get videos made on you, but it really won't affect your bottom line at all, and you'll be right back to doing the same stupid shit 4 months from now, and then you're going to be wondering, why are people talking about me? It's because you keep opening your fucking mouth, saying stupid shit, instead of just bringing out all the information people want to know about. All the things that people subscribe and watch you for, instead of doing that, you're just doing dumb shit to get attention, and you wondering why some Jewish man named Ethan Klein is still trying to scratch your back because he desperately wants to itch your body. And if there's anything that I could possibly say to end this video, it's that you all, and I included, have these platforms. None of us want to get banned off of these platforms. All of us care about the things that we care about, whether it be random commentary about food, random commentary about dating, random commentary about the political climate. None of us really want to get banned for saying anything too bombastic. And no, you're not a hero of the people saying some outlandish shit and getting banned. You're a dumbass who is seeking attention and you got it the worst way possible. And getting banned doesn't make you a hero. It just makes you a loudmouth who doesn't really want to follow the fucking rules. But that's another topic for another day. And I would argue, if you want to be angry about something, you can be. Choose your fucking words carefully so that you ain't got to deal with motherfuckers distracting from the actual message to focus on some shit that don't even fucking matter. And may you all choose to be enlightened individuals in your speech in later days in your life. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye.